There is one question I get asked every single time I post about going to a convention, and that is, without a doubt, hey, Nikki, what would you suggest we pack? Well, I guess I'm just gonna vlog about it. Hello, my name's Nikki. I go by How do people vlog? Hi, my name's Nikki. I go by camillapanda. On Twitch, I'm a variety streamer that focuses on sci-fi space games right now, but I go to a lot of conventions and I'm typically there as a content creator or a panelist, and I talk about all different kinds of things, whether it's from charity streaming, mental health and streaming, marketing and streaming, being a woman in esports, all kinds of different stuff. You might have seen me at a PAX or a Dreamhack and soon to be TwitchCon as a panelist. But for now, I am showing y'all what I like to pack, giving you a checklist on Ko-fi for folks who are just starting out with content creation and want to get more into the convention side of content creation, whether you're invited to a convention or you're not invited to a convention. That way you know what you should bring wherever you end up going. And the answer is not a cat, by the way. Now, the best part about conventions is you are trying to network, aka make friends in the industry. You are probably pitching yourself to other companies. You're probably walking around and just experiencing everything that is going on, trying new games, trying new technology, all of the fun stuff. Or you might be watching some panels. Maybe you're watching your friends talk about how to be a bad DM via advice that they're giving. You know, the good, fun memories of a con. At least for me. Going to a convention can be pretty intimidating, especially if it's your first time. You don't know what to do, you don't know where to go, or you might be there by yourself, and that's okay too. But that's why I'm making this video, to help folks pack for the first time they're going to a convention, or maybe they've done it a few times and they just need reminders of stuff to bring. Or maybe it's the first time they're going to a really big convention and they just, you know, need a little extra advice. The number one thing I always recommend people bring to a convention: business cards. You can get them made pretty cheap. Just have your name you use online. Make sure it has how people can reach you, if you have a website, that kind of stuff. But don't just be the person handing them out to literally every single person that walks by. Like, as folks going by, just going. You want to be mindful of who you give these out to. One, there's only so many that you have, and then you have to spend more money on them, and no one really likes to spend money. Two, you want to make sure you have an intention when you are passing these out, right? You want to make sure that you've made a connection with the person when you hand them this card, so that way they remember you, they want to contact you, and maybe even work with you. Whether it's sending you free stuff, sending you games, just streaming with you, and being your friend, be mindful of who you give these out to. Second thing I always recommend folks bring, I like to bring one of these. It's just an organizer that I have. Otherwise, my wallet gets overflowing with cards, and then I have to figure out who did I meet, like where, and that kind of stuff. So I just have the section off. One's for businesses, one's for other creators, and then I have two sections, one for my podcast-based card to give to nonprofits and folks that I want to bring onto my podcast, and another one that's just general for like whoever's interested in chatting with me, whoever's interested in working with me. Other things I like to bring to conventions: need my portable charger, my cell phone, an extra charger, and then my gimbal. If I have a selfie stick, which I don't have one right now, if you could recommend me one, that'd be great. I only have a gimbal for my phone. Portable microphones for when I'm doing content creation in the sense of interviews, and this one wants attention. I do try to bring a portable hard drive if I know I'm going to be covering games, or if I know I'm going to be streaming, so that way I can get a copy of the stream and I don't have to rely on the download from Twitch when I get back home, depending on how long I'm traveling for. And then for back in my hotel, Airbnb, that kind of stuff, I make sure that I have a power strip power protector, so that way I can plug in everything overnight and I'm not sitting there like going back to the Airbnb hotel having to plug in some things to start with and then moving over. And then when I get back, it's like, oh, now I got to charge some other things. I don't want to deal with it. One power strip, plug everything into it. If you're sharing the Airbnb hotel with someone, it's nice because then you don't have to worry about outlets. You can make it all easily accessible. You can get the ones like I just did where you can just plug in the USB into it instead of having to deal with the additional plug part. It's great. I highly recommend it. I also like to bring my tablet. I have a laptop that I can edit on, but it's old, it weighs a lot, and I don't feel like carrying it half the time. So I have a tablet with just basic editing software on it. If I want to edit while I'm traveling, usually I don't. I try to save that for when I'm home because I want to enjoy my experience the most I can. I also like to have an authenticator. So some of my stuff is on a separate authenticator to sign into. This is more for if you're streaming from an event and you're using a setup that an event is providing. Just having the authenticator makes your life easier. Rude. I like to have an authenticator, so it's a separate way of doing two-factor authentication for signing into certain accounts. I only really bring an authenticator if I'm going to be streaming from an event. That way I don't have to worry about safety. I don't have to worry about my account getting used if it's not supposed to. Another thing I like to bring is my own badge holder, so that way if I drop my badge, I know it's mine. And I also love lapel pins, so I will have my standard lapel pins for every event on that. I'll make sure that it's a different color than everyone else's. Mine currently is a Child's Play one that I got at my first ever PAX, and it's my favorite. It's such a nice material, it holds my pins pretty well, and it stands out from everyone else's. So if my badge falls off me, because sometimes I wear mine as a belt when I forget to bring a belt to an event, it's super obvious it's my badge. I don't have to worry about it. Now, I tend to be a bit more cautious of a person. I don't want to get into trouble, so I tend to have more safety items on me than I think maybe the average person. But hopefully you also decide to keep yourself safe during conventions. Things happen. People are weird. Just be mindful of your surroundings. But I highly suggest a few things. Drink covers. Preferably the not latex ones. Like I have these drink covers. It's a scrunchie that converts into a drink cover. Delightful. I have it in multiple colors. You could get the non-reusable ones, but you have to be mindful if you have a latex allergy, you can't actually use them then. And I'd rather not risk getting someone sick by having an allergic reaction. And I guess Katniss really likes these too. I also have drug tests on me just in case someone is not feeling great after taking a drink or in case something tastes off in my drink. I don't take drinks from strangers, but you never know at events. Sometimes things slip in. Just rather be safe than sorry. I also have a personal alarm that I keep on me. Basically, and it's the thing that Katniss has been trying to play with, I have this one. I don't know if you can see it very well. It looks like a cat. It has a flashlight on it that's super bright, but what you do is you pull this in an emergency and it's super loud and it alerts everyone in like a ridiculously long radius that, hey, there's something fishy going on here. You can get cute ones like these. I have the cat ones because cat. But you can get ones that look like keychains. You can get ones that, you know, just aren't cutesy if that's not your vibe. And finally, of course, when you're packing, you want to make sure you bring your like daily essentials, your makeup, your deodorant, your shower stuff, shower gel, if you shave. Thanks for the high five, man. I know I'm doing a good job. If you shave, bring your shaving stuff. And also make sure you have clean clothes for every single day. My equation for figuring out how many outfits to bring is for every 2 days that I'm not going to be home, I bring one extra outfit. So if I am gone for 4 days, I bring 2 extra outfits. If I am gone for 7 days, I bring 3 extra outfits. I don't want to have to worry about You know, I get in the shower and I have my clothes sitting out, but I forgot to put the toilet down and my clothes are on top of the toilet. And then for some reason, the clothes just kind of fall into the toilet and get all wet. And then I'm like, oh no, what am I going to wear? I ran out of clothes. I'm not talking from experience, I promise. I want to make sure I have enough clothes for every occasion, have a little extra clothing, that kind of stuff. Sleep clothes, I got to be comfortable. I like to have an extra set of comfy clothes as well, because what if I don't feel good? Flying back home, I don't want to be in a business suit. I commend folks for flying in business suits and dresses and everything. I can't do that. I got to be comfortable. Always bring a jacket because I get super cold all the time. And then I always make sure to check the weather before I leave, you know, because sometimes when you show up expecting it to be really warm and it's suddenly really cold because you didn't check the weather in advance. Not that I knew that from experience also. Really can put a damper on things. Hopefully I covered everything that folks ask about. Maybe. If I missed anything, or if there's anything that you really think is a necessity when you are traveling to conventions, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on other social media, because I'm everywhere at this point. And I hope this helps. I will hopefully have a vlog out about my experience at TwitchCon. But until next time, have fun, be safe. Katniss, don't smack me in the face while I'm doing this. And thank you for watching. Katniss, I would like to finish filming this. No, you are not getting a treat right now. It's not treat time, ma'am. It's not a live stream. Mama's trying to make a vlog before she leaves so that way she can put it on YouTube. And maybe folks will subscribe to her. So that way we can try to, you know, eventually make money off of YouTube. And then I can buy you even more expensive cat food. And then all of the toys in the world with feathers on them. Wouldn't that be nice? No, you're just gonna bite me for that idea? Alright, fine. To be fair, you did I did clip your nails earlier. I guess I deserve that bite. Don't look at me like that. Get the folks to subscribe. Please like and subscribe and comment. Don't do it. I know what you're thinking. Don't smack me.